cotton candy. Can I have cotton candy?
Look for this one.
Wait. I didn't see cotton candy here.
We don't have cotton candy yet. Do you like cotton candy? You like cotton candy?
Yeah.
What's your favorite flavor?
Rainbow.
And what does that taste like?
It tastes like.
And do you know how you make cotton candy?
Yeah.
How do you make cotton candy?
I don't know. You put the stick in cotton candy, and you get a machine cotton candy, and spin it around like this, just like a seatbelt. Remember, it's one day. There's a Sunday with the monster eat the cotton candy. He ate the cotton candy. And he shoot the cotton candy. And he ate 12 cotton candies. And he did that in the little circles. It's like, good job. Now the mustache. Oh, this one messed up.
Oh yeah.
I messed it up.
It's okay.
Just like a monster. Oh, this not messed it up.
Yeah, but don't mess it up. Here.
Hey, I like the pink.
Yeah, but that's not writing.
Hey!
Just get a blank sheet.
No.
Don't draw on that. Don't draw on that.
I'm drawing it.
No. Rihanna.
But to match.
I built this shit up like cotton candy, and I make it look fine and dandy.
Like cotton candy, I let it build up. I preserve my shit so tight, it's sealed up. He poured so much in me, my cup stays filled up. I reserve so much light. Look at me now, all healed up.
2 years ago, I started from scratch. Disappeared to make sure any hand that was trying to feed me didn't bite back. Life hits hard sometimes. It makes you snap. 2 years ago, I started a new IG, and from my website, it was detached. 2 years ago, I learned music is a tool that makes my energy attract. 2 years ago, I discovered room magic and the power that it had. I build this shit up like cotton candy, candy, candy. Look at me, looking fine and dandy, dandy. Look at me, pouring brandy, being handy. Look at me, I ain't got no panties. Look at me, build this shit up like cotton candy. Too fresh, too fancy. I build this shit up like cotton candy, candy, candy. Look at me, looking fine and dandy, dandy, dandy. Can we SWV, no plan B? Look at me, uncanny, candy, candy. Look at me now, not too shabby, shabby, shabby.
Like cotton candy, I let it build up. I preserve my shit so tight, it's sealed up. He poured so much in me, my cup stays filled up. I reserve so much light. Look at me now, all healed up.
2 years ago, I was in bliss. 2 years ago, I did a magic trick that I'm the only one that can forget. 2 years ago, a seed was planted, and I let it live. I became a fool for you when I watched what being foolish gives. One left me on speaker and let me speak and scream. One I listened to on repeat. One I bought to read. Control, Alt, Delete. I start from scratch to prove I can repeat, not really for you, but for me. Cause forgetting what I've already done was a tragedy. Knowing who I was made me forget imaginary dreams. Being honest, Made me come clean, I let it build like a cotton candy machine. Walked solo and took care of every responsibility 2 years ago. I used music to create art, to create me.
Like cotton candy, I let it build up. I preserve my shit so tight, it's sealed up. He poured so much in me, my cup stays filled up. I reserve so much life, look at me now, all healed up.
I build this shit up like cotton candy, candy, candy. Look at me, looking fine and dandy, dandy. Look at me, pouring brandy, being handy. Look at me, I ain't got no panties. Look at me, build this shit up like cotton candy. Too fresh, too fancy. I build this shit up like cotton candy, candy, candy. Look at me, looking fine and dandy, dandy, dandy. Can we? SWV, no plan B. Look at me, kinda uncanny, canny, canny. Look at me now, not too shabby, shabby, shabby.
Like cotton candy, I let it build up. I preserve my shit so tight, it's sealed up. He poured so much in me, my cup stays filled up. I reserve so much life, look at me now, all healed up.
2 years ago, I decided to be fresh out the box. 2 years ago, I decided to reinforce my locks. 2 years ago, I built something for myself that no one can knock off. 2 years ago, I started telling niggas to kick rocks. 2 years ago, I made it clear birds of a feather don't always flock. 2 years ago, I was on fire, but I rolled, dropped, then stopped. 2 years ago, I was labeled a mark by someone who double-crossed. 2 years ago, I introduced my music and didn't care if he thought it was a flop. 2 years ago, I realized I should have been listening to myself and set up shop. Let that shit drop instead of listening to the odds and thinking they even deserve a response to their remarks. 2 years ago, I tied the knot that put me in shock. And for 2 years, I learned to say, I'm the top spot.
Like cotton candy, I let it build up. I preserve my shit so tight, it's sealed up. He poured so much in me, my cup stays filled up. I reserve so much life, look at me now, all healed up. Like cotton candy, I let it build up. I preserve my shit so tight, it's sealed up. He poured so much in me, my cup stays filled up. I reserve so much life, look at me now, all healed up.
I build this shit up like cotton candy, candy, candy. Look at me, looking fine and dandy, dandy. Look at me, pouring brandy, being handy. Look at me, I ain't got no panties. Look at me, build this shit up like cotton candy. Too fresh, too fancy. I build this shit up like cotton candy, candy, candy. Look at me, looking fine and dandy, dandy, dandy. Can we? SWV, no plan B. Look at me, kinda uncanny, canny, canny. Look at me now, not too shabby, shabby, shabby. I build this shit up like cotton candy, candy, candy. Look at me, looking fine and dandy, dandy. Look at me, pouring brandy, being handy. Look at me, I ain't got no panties. Look at me, build this shit up like cotton candy. Too fresh, too fancy. I build this shit up like cotton candy, candy, candy. Look at me, looking fine and dandy, dandy, dandy. Can we? SWV, no plan B. Look at me, kinda uncanny, canny, canny. Look at me now, not too shabby, shabby, shabby.
Like cotton candy, I let it build up. I preserve my shit so tight, it's sealed up. He poured so much in me, my cup stays filled up. I reserve so much life, look at me now, all healed up.
Mar-a-Lago for investors in his digital trading cards. David.
Mary Bruce at the White House for us. Mary, thank you. Meantime, there was an eye-opening headline tonight involving presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The New York Times reporting on a 2012 deposition during which RFK Jr. said doctors once found a parasite that did work in his brain. Tonight, what his campaign is now saying about this, and here's Katie.
Tonight, new questions about the health of independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after he claimed a doctor discovered a dead worm in his brain. According to the New York Times, Kennedy testified in a 2012 deposition that he experienced memory loss at the time, saying, "I have cognitive problems," clearly. Kennedy said one of the doctors said it could have been caused by a worm that got into my brain and ate a portion of it and then died.
Most people will have at least some degree of cognitive impairment just because of the information that goes on in the brain when a parasite has made a home for itself there, but there's really varying degrees to how severe that might be.
Kennedy testified he also suffered from mercury poisoning around the same time. Doctors interviewed by ABC News say both conditions could cause a wide range of health problems, but for most people, the impacts are often short-lived. The 70-year-old has touted himself as a physically fit alternative to President Biden, 81, and former President Trump, 77, the oldest candidates to ever run for the White House, even posting videos of himself doing push-ups and skiing with an Olympic gold medalist.
I go uphill. And then I go to the gym, for 35 minutes.
And David Kennedy's campaign tells us he did have a parasite, but that the issue was resolved more than 10 years ago, and that questioning his health is a hilarious suggestion given his competition.
In the
Oh, Northern Lights, I want to swirl in your aura. Oh, Northern Lights, I want to spin in your life circle. Oh, Northern Lights, bring your spirits forward. Oh, Northern Lights, I want to feel your solar wind. Oh, Northern Lights, I'm attracted to your Earth's magnetic field. Oh, Northern Lights, I read your love letters in the sky.
I got this body of work, want to work. Got this body of work, need to work. Got this body of work, need my body. Got this work.
I got this work. I got this body. I got this work. I got this body. I got this body.
Build me up.
I got this body. I got this body. Need you to work. I need you to work. Need you. I need you. I need you to work. I got this body. Body of work. Got this body. Body of work. I got this body. Body of work. I need you to work. Need you to work. I need you to body. My body. Need you to body. My body. I need you to body. My body. I need you to body. My body. I got this work. I got this body. Got this work. Got this body. I got this body. I need you to work. Need you to work. Need you to work this body.
Build me up. Build me up.
Build me up. Build me up.
The floor is lava. The floor is lava. Save me like the floor is lava.
Take your
Cuff me like a collar. Spank me like a father. Teach me like a toddler. Eat me like a cobbler. Save me like the floor is lava. Lava. The floor is lava. Squirt. Sriracha. Telling lies. No papa. Out of pocket. No mama. Floor is lava. Floor is lava. Guatemala. Floor is lava. Floor is lava. And it don't get no hotter.
I can't wait to break out my summer shoes. I can't wait to share my summer vibes. I can't wait to find love with you. Let it breathe, let it air out, let it breathe, let it air out, let it breathe, let it air out, air out, air out. Cognitive, relating to, being, or involving conscious intellectual activities, such as thinking, reasoning, remembering. What are signs of cognitive impairment? Memory loss and trouble concentrating, completing tasks, understanding, remembering, following instructions, and solving problems. Positive cognitive. Concentrate on the positive. Forget the memory loss. Forget who's boss. Forget what it costs. Positive cognitive thoughts. There's a reason it's a cross. Diagonal. Making a mark. We know X marks the spot. It's dropped, not lost. It's there, really, problems to solve. Or do you just don't know how to turn the alarm off? Positive cognitive thoughts. Still don't mind that we don't talk? Good. You can manage your own chaos. So my concentration can evolve. So your understanding can't be blocked. Stained glass, booby trap, demon laugh, queen craft, green grass, straight facts, toddler naps, financial gaps, stained glass, drugs stash, straight cash, phones tapped, run fast, finish last, black mask, backstab, dark past, just past, big math, just bad, good ass, just bad, good shag, chop chop, timber, legs high, nice and limber, rip my ass, nice and tender, took my ass to dinner, Sonabella, nice and thinner, pussy glistens, nice and glitter, broken heart, it figures, chop chop, timber, dive deep, big dipper, price is steep, big tipper, strong liver, he asks, nobody, and I'm nobody, this your world, this your body, this your world.
Baby bye, night bye, good night. I would go to the back. I would go like fly, I would die, nothing to and die. Baby bye, baby bye, baby bye, good night, boo boo. I would go, I would die left side, and do. Ready bye, Nelly bye, baby bye, never lie till good night, baby bye.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done now. I keep my eyes on you.
Start from the bottom, work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Up, up, up. Start from the bottom, work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. That will make you start from the bottom and work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Start from the bottom, work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Pussy portal that will make you start from the bottom and work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. Start from the bottom and work your way up. I might swipe right, might swipe right tonight. Might swipe right, might swipe right tonight. I might swipe right, might swipe right tonight.
You don't want to go
Might
where?
swipe right, might swipe right tonight. Me, myself, and I to the second power. Multiple personality is a mental illness characterized by at least two distinct and relative enduring personality states. This is accompanied by memory gaps beyond what would be explained by the ordinary forgetfulness. The personalities alternately show in a person's behavior. Presentations, however, are variable. Other problems such as that occur often in people with DID include borderline personality disorder, BPD, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, substance use disorders, self-harm, or anxiety. Kalisha has learned the value of self-reflection by surviving life-altering events. There was a different person before these things happened. But what happens when things keep changing? A new version of you is created every time. Adaptation of you is needed for every new chapter. We are all the same person when life changes, but with slightly different tweaks. It's a no for me. Avoidant. A pattern of extreme shyness, feeling of inadequacy, and extreme sensitivity to criticism. People with avoidant personality disorder may be unwilling to get involved with people unless they are certain of being liked. Being preoccupied with being criticized or rejected, or may view themselves as not being good enough in social intents. Easily hurt by criticism or disapproval. No close friends. Reluctant to become involved with people. Avoidance of activities or occupations that involve contact with others. Shyness in social situations out of fear of doing something wrong. Exaggeration of potential difficulties. Showing excessive restraint in intimate relationships. Feeling socially inferior or unappealing to other people. Unwilling to take risks or try new things because they may prove embarrassing. Psychotherapy, particularly cognitive behavior approaches, may be helpful. Antidepressants medication can often reduce sensitivity to rejection. A combination of medication and talk therapy may be more effective than either treatment alone. People with avoidant personality disorder may have some ability to relate to others and ability to reinforce and improve with treatment. Without treatment, those with avoidant personality disorder may become resigned to a life of near total isolation. They may go on a way to develop second psychiatric disorders such as substance abuse disorders or mood disorders such as depression. While shyness is not a disorder, help from a healthcare provider or psychiatrist is important if shyness or fear of rejection overwhelms a person's ability to function in life and perform relationships. That's from the American Psychiatric Association. As the only child, you are born into a world that is already solo. The perspective of the only child is not avoiding others. It's usually at the most needed moments in life of solitude. There is no one to avoid. Most childhood toys do not even need players, partners, because everything that was received was for one. There was no one to share with except outside of the home. But as society changed and social media became ideal to keep in touch with people while also giving impressions of you, it gave an escape from human interaction. And now we are in a place there is no desire to leave home. Crocheting was a skill that Kalisha picked up to keep herself entertained. The letter Y. Question mark. Depression. The Gray Drizzle of Horror. Author William Stitron memorably called the present feeling of sadness, worthlessness, hopelessness, or pessimism, and feeling of guilt and helplessness that characterize depression. The mood disorder interferes with concentration, motivation, and many other aspects of everyday functioning. It may descend seemingly out the blue, or it may come on the heels of defeat of a personal loss. According to the World Health Organization, depression is now the leading cause of disability worldwide. Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression. Depression comes in many forms, from major depression to seasonal affective disorder. In addition, depressive disorders are features of bipolar disorder. Depression is a complex disorder involving many systems of the body, including the immune system, either as cause or effect. It disrupts sleep and it interferes with appetite, in some cases causing weight loss and others weight gain. Because of its complexity, a full understanding of depression has been elusive. Depression is often often accompanied by anxiety, research indicates that not only do the two conditions occur, but they are also overlap in genetic vulnerability patterns. That's also from the American Psychiatric Association. 2019 was a rough year for the artist Kalisha. She made downfalls, but worked on a positive growth mechanism. She chose to get mental help and became more in tune with her feelings and wrote down her descriptions one day after class. She kept a list of these words to try not to feel like that again. She took these words and wound them up like a cocoon and turned her misery into a learning lesson of life's journey, highs and lows. As an artist, Kalisha learned how to sew her negative feelings in her own cocoon to be a new version of a butterfly. You are what you eat. Pica. Pica is an eating disorder that involves eating items that are not typically thought of as food and that do not contain significant nutritional value, such as hair, dirt, and paint chips. The persistent eating over a period of at least 1 month of substances that are not food and do not provide nutritional value. The indigestion of the substance is not a part of culturally supported or socially normative practice. Some cultures promote eating clay as part of medical practices. Typically, substances ingested tend to vary with age and availability. They may include paper, soap, cloth, hair string, wool, soil, chalk, talcum powder, paint, gum, metal, pebbles, charcoal, ash, clay, starch, or ice. The eating of these substances may be developmentally inappropriate. In children under 2 of age, mouthing objects or putting small objects in their mouth is a normal part of development, allowing a child to explore their senses. Mouthing may sometimes result in indigestion. In order to exclude developmentally normal mouthing, children under 2 of age should not be diagnosed with pica. Generally, those with pica are not adverse to indigestion food. NationalEatingDisorders.org. Healthy eating is essential for life's functions. What we put in our body, mind, is a reflection of us. Kalisha has been an artist all her life. Started to make clothes in high school and loves to execute her feelings in her art. Kalisha lives art as if a balanced meal. Stay. Codependent. The dependent personality disorder individual suffers from a neediness that is marked by an over-reliance of others. His or her emotional and physical needs are dependent on the people closest. Dependent personality disorder is described as a pervasive and excessive need to be taken care of that leads to submissive and clinging behavior as well as fears of separation. This pattern begins by early adulthood and is present in a variety of contexts. The dependent and submissive behaviors are designed to elicit caregiving and arise from self-perception of being unable to function adequately without help of others. Individuals with dependent personality disorders have great difficulty making everyday decisions such as what clothes to wear without an excessive advice of reassurance from others. These individuals tend to be passive and allow other people normally on other person to take the initiative and assume responsibility for most of the major areas in their lives. Adults with this disorder typically depend on a parent or spouse to decide where they should live, what kind of job they should have, which people to befriend. Adolescents with this disorder may allow a parent to decide the clothes they wear, with whom they should associate, how they should spend free time, and what school or college to attend. That is from the American Psychiatric Association. We all have a codependency on something or someone. Kalisha Bennett recently became married and now goes by Kalisha Williams. Kalisha has to learn a new version of being codependent. Marriage is work, patience, commitment, and forgiveness. Kalisha couldn't ask for a better codependent partner. This is dedicated to my beloved Link, my ex-husband, Mr. Todd Williams. Gone. Disassociation. Associated with overwhelming experiences, traumatic events, and or abuse that occurred in childhood, dissociative identity disorder was previously referred to as multiple personality disorder. The existence of two or more distinct identities, which are both accompanied by changing its behavior, memory, and thinking. The signs and symptoms may be observed by others or reported by individuals. Ongoing grasp of gaps of memory about everyday events, personal information, and or past traumatic events. The symptoms cause significant distress or problems in social, occupational, and other areas of functioning. Treatment. With appropriate treatment, many people are successful in addressing the major symptoms of dissociative identity disorder and improving their ability to function and live in a productive, fulfilling life. Treatment typically involves psychotherapy, therapy that can help people gain control over their dissociative process and symptoms. The goal of therapy is to help integrate the different elements of the identities. Therapy may be intense and difficult as it involves remembering and coping with past traumatic experiences. Cognitive behavior therapy and dialectical behavior therapy are two commonly used types of therapy, and that is from the American Psychiatric Association. Being the child of two Marines gave Kalisha a unique perspective on unrelated correlations. Kalisha associates personality traits with uniforms and how characters and emotions of people's adaptations change alongside their chosen attire with a career choice. What we wear is a reflection of our individuality. We literally become a walking billboard with what we choose to wear. But what happens to you when you are forced to change? Like get fired or get hurt? Will your personality change have a hard time reflecting the change of the reality? Who are you when you take off the sign of a physical placement? Are you no longer you or a different version of you? Uniforms prepare and set up your mental and physical or whatever task you're about to do.
Expect this to happen. Lindsay Grant back here at home, the race for the White House. Former President Donald Trump got a rowdy reception at the Libertarian National Convention in Washington, D.C. Independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was also on hand to woo voters, but got a warmer reception. Here's ABC's Mary Alice Parks.
I think you should nominate me or at least vote for me, and we should win together.
Former President Donald Trump heckled by a hostile crowd at a political convention this weekend. Libertarian Party members he had hoped to woo, booing him instead.
That's right.
Frustrated by the frosty reception, Trump mocking their chances for success at the polls without him.
Only do that if you want to win. If you want to lose, don't do that. Keep getting your 3% every 4 years.
It was an unusual event. The presumptive nominee for the Republican Party speaking at the Libertarian Party's national convention. Trump trying to appeal to their shared interest, a deep disdain for federal bureaucracy. But Libertarian Party members told me they do not see Trump as one of their own.
Donald Trump is not a libertarian because Donald Trump is an authoritarian.
Libertarians have been spoilers in the past, and could be again, especially in a tight race with so many voters dissatisfied with the two major party candidates. During his address, Trump calling out his Democratic rival.
Why isn't Joe Biden here
Do you get
speaking
it?
to you
Do you
tonight?
get it?
And in
Do
a
you get
statement,
it?
the Biden
Do you
campaign
get it?
taking
Do you
aim
get
at
it? Do
Trump's
you get
record,
it? Do you get
saying
it?
Donald
Do you get
Trump
it?
says
Did you
his
get it?
Republican Party is the party of freedom, but tell that to
All
the
that
women who have
matters
had
is
the
you got
freedom
it.
to make their own
All
healthcare
that
decisions
matters is
ripped
you got
away.
it.
Robert F. Kennedy
All that
Jr. campaigning as an
matters
independent,
is you
blasting
got
Trump
it.
over
Did you
COVID
get it?
lockdowns.
Greatest restriction on
Do you get it?
individual liberties this country has ever
Do you
known.
get it?
Mary
Do
Alice
you
Parks
get
joins
it?
us now. Mary Alice, I know there
Do
was some
you
question about
get
whether
it?
RFK Jr.
Do
might
you
secure the Libertarian
get
Party
it?
nomination. It would have gone a long way, certainly, in ensuring that he was on nearly every state ballot. But it seems like that won't happen. Yeah, Lindsay, that's right. It was sort of a surprise that he went for it. There was no real appetite for him there in the room. The Libertarian Party members that I talked to said they liked some of his ideas, but fundamentally they wanted someone who had been a member of their party. They really viewed him as more of a former Democrat. Lindsay, Mary Alice, thank you.
The major story of this day, there's already news coming in on Donald Trump and what he's planning next. Tonight, before we go, the former president is now at Trump Tower here in New York. Tonight, he will now begin campaigning for president as a convicted felon found guilty on all 34 felony counts. A jury of 7 men and 5 women, those jurors selected by both the prosecution and the defense early on. Trump's sentencing is now set for July 11th, just 4 days before the Republican National Convention. We've now learned tonight that Trump will be attending a fundraiser
That's what you can do
already
for
this
me.
evening. Tonight, the Biden campaign
Make
saying the verdict
me
proves
rich,
that no one
buy my
is above the law.
shit. Make me rich, buy my shit. Make me
You get it? $1 from every bottle you buy supports a small business in your community. Now do me a favor and get out there and buy my Grand Court Minute Tequila. It's 40% alcohol by volume. Jersey City, New Jersey.
Believe in myself.
Do you get it?